Hello, kings, queens, and in-betweens, and oh yes, I love me an in-between. My name is Zoe, and I go by a different kind of queen here on YouTube, and I am back again with another story time. So this story time is actually a story time of when me and my best friend forever, my actual literal soulmate, got into a fight. Like an actual fight, not just like a little, don't you touch her, but like a, oh yeah, we rolling around the floor, tussling, we scrapping out here. So to tell this story, I'm inviting my very own Gabrielle Sanders. So come on in, Gabrielle Sanders, my best friend, sister from another mister, Gabrielle Sanders.
I am her, she is me.
Yeah, this is my best friend, y'all. We in it for life, forever, ever.
Period.
And because we're like sisters, sometimes we want to choke the heck out of each other. So this is the, you know what? This is the story time of probably the first time we got into a fight that serious. Maybe not the first time.
Well, I mean, this was like our first tussle.
It was our first like tussle.
Like argument.
Yeah. And I've had times that I wanted to fight you.
Oh, period.
Like that time in the gas station when
Time
you bumped
in the
into me. There are stories. Our college life was a movie, okay?
Literally.
And this is one of the scenes in our movie. So this is the time we got to an actual fist fight. So if you have not already watched my video with when I talk about my story time of my friends with benefits in college and how that got started, go back and watch this one because this actually takes place towards the end of that entanglement with JR, okay? Again, everybody has fake names except for Gabby, because Gabby's my beach. So basically, this is towards the end of my entanglement with JR, and it's like the last time that we're hooking up. So, me and Don had broken up. This is like months after our final breakup. So I'm finally starting to like heal from it a little bit, and also I'm working on like, at this point, I had been celibate for like 3 months. It was like the first time I tried celibacy, and like, I had made a conscious decision to like stick with it, but I had made a decision like, oh, you know what? I might want to take a break from sex so that I can clear my mind. I didn't have like all the parts yet, but it was like something I was pondering. So I had been celibate for like 3 months, and then I met this guy named on some app. I don't remember the app. It was one of the apps. It wasn't like Tinder, because I would remember Tinder, but it was like one of the other ones.
It was like another one.
But I had gone out with him and I had had sex. So I was like, well, heck, if I'm out here thotting and botting again, might as well call up JR and see what he's doing. Because that's like that. At this point, we had been, I don't want to say faithful to each other, because that's quite an overextension. But we had been consistently hooking up. Like, we knew that during the in-between time, that was definitely something that we were rocking with. If that makes sense. She can't stand this man. That's a little prefix. Gabby cannot stand JR. And that's one of the reasons we fought. I did not want Gabby or my other friend in college to know that I was messing back with JR.
Alrighty, baby, it's time for that BVOV Bible verse of the video. Here it is, y'all. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 through 12. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their hard work. If either should fall, one can pick up the other. But how miserable are those who fall and don't have a companion to help them up. Also, if 2 lie down together, they can stay warm. But how can anyone stay warm alone? Also, 1 can be overpowered, but 2 together can put up a resistance. A 3-ply cord does not easily snap.
We were in our other friend's room.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Her phone was just blowing up. So my friend was like, who's texting you, Zoe? And I'm like, yeah. And then Zoe was like, no one. And so then that's the thing. Zoe, if she meets someone, someone new, she automatically tells us because like we make sure we're safe. So like wherever she goes, she tells us. So I grab her phone and it says JR, and I'm like, who's JR? Because me and the other friend don't know this person, and you about to leave with them. So who is he? So I knew.
But at that point, you didn't know I was about to leave.
I
was gonna sneak out. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm tired. I ain't played it off. I was like, I'm tired. I gotta go to my room, do homework or something stupid.
Right, but I was just like, who's JR? And she was like, no one. And so then our other friend was just like, why won't you tell us? And then she was like, it's no one. And then in my head, I'm like, it's somebody. So I was just like, all right, whatever. So continue.
Well, okay, yeah. So I had made up some excuse to go back to my room. And the thing is, in college, it was not unusual. If none of us were going on dates or didn't have anything to do, it was not unusual for us to literally sit together in the same bed all night long.
Right.
Like until like 2 o'clock in the morning because we lived in the same dorm.
And then she and our other friend literally lived
next door or across
the hallway. And then I lived right above them.
Yeah, so like we were all mad close to each other. So it was not unusual for us to spend like all night together. So I said, oh yeah, I gotta go, XYZ, right? So I go to my room, and for those of you who do not know, there are some things you do before you go on a little sneaky link. So, I was taking a shower, getting a shave in, just getting ready to depart. I was getting ready to go. And then all of a sudden, Gabby texted me or called me or something because she needed something from my room. I don't remember what it was. She had left something in my room. So I was like, okay, you can come get it. And I think at this point, I was out of the shower. Or was I getting ready to get into the shower?
No, you were out of the shower.
I was out of the shower. So I opened the door butt naked, which is also not usual.
Naked. You had on pants and a bra. But you were about to put a shirt on. And then I was like, where are you going?
Yes, because they didn't know I was going to leave yet. So I opened the door in bra and pants, and I was like, oh, I would just stay at the door, which is so sneaky. Like, it is so
unlike her.
It was sketch.
Because literally her door is unlocked. I'm always, what's up?
They usually don't even knock.
Yeah,
they usually just walk in and sit in my bed. There were times where I came home from class and they were in my room.
Yeah.
Like,
for her to say, stay out here, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I was definitely on some dirt. Yeah, exactly. No class whatsoever. I said, oh, stay at the door. No, she stayed at the door. No, she'd come right in and sit on my bed.
I was like, what's going on? You came through the door.
Nosy ass. And the thing is, I'm not even gonna lie. If I hadn't told her to wait at the door, she definitely wouldn't have stayed as long as she did. She probably would have stopped and grabbed what she needed to go and be like, okay, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. Because it was late.
It was late.
It was like 11.
Maybe it wasn't that late.
It was either 10 or 11.
10 or 11. Either way, it was like,
like, why are you getting dressed?
Yeah, you're getting dressed.
Yeah, like that's not, you're not
fresh
fresh in
in
the
the
shower.
Yeah, because you smelled nice. I was like, you're not putting no sweats or nothing. Looking bummy.
Nah, I was looking like I was ready to go take a sleep. So, let's see, where are we? So yes, Gabby comes and she busts in my room and I'm like, Gabby, like, you gotta go. At this point, I already know I'm caught. She knows that I'm leaving, but she doesn't know who I'm going with. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say she doesn't know what I'm doing because if you're leaving the house at 10 o'clock at night, there's only one thing you're doing. Mm-hmm. And I stand on that statement. So, she comes in and she won't leave. And I'm like, Gabby, you gotta go.
And I kept saying, where are you going?
And I was like, don't worry about it.
Because like I said, if we're going on dates or anything, we always make sure we know where that person's going, who that person is that you're leaving with.
We usually get license plate number, take a picture of the car. Yeah, we usually were very serious about it. And the thing is, I knew that I didn't need that because I knew who I was going with.
Exactly. And me, I'm like, oh no, she tripping right now.
Yeah, because she's acting wild, dangerous.
I don't know who JR is. I don't know what he looked like. And you're about to leave? No. Where are you going?
You know what he looks like. You just didn't know you know what he looked like.
Anyways. So yeah, I'm standing at the door. She's not leaving because you can't see her door, but I'm literally standing at the door like, where are you going?
She's standing in the door. It's like standing in front of the handle of the door. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, at this point, I'm still getting ready because I'm like, literally, the reason I left in the room is because he said he was on the way. Mm-hmm. And he only lived, 15 15 minutes from the school.
Yeah, like 15.
If that. So I was like, oh crap, I gotta shower, I gotta shave, I gotta go all this in 15 minutes. Then Gabby comes and I'm out the shower, but I keep getting dressed while she's there. And I'm like keeping my phone because, you know, like I said, this whole story started because my phone was blowing up. So I'm like keeping my phone to myself, and all of a sudden Gabby takes off from the door and runs to my phone, which is probably either on my desk or at the end of my bed.
It was on your refrigerator.
Oh, that makes more sense. That makes more sense.
Like, she was getting dressed, but she went to her closet to grab a shirt, and I ran to the refrigerator to grab the phone, and I unlocked it, and then here she comes.
She's a sneaky thief, is what she just told you.
I was like, give me my phone back, and I was like, no. And then
she goes to me in JR's messages.
Yeah, so I opened the text message to find out who JR is. And so then now I have the phone right here, and Zoe is behind me. You're me. Okay, turn around. So Zoe's me, I'm Zoe. So Zoe, I have the phone, and Zoe's like, give me my phone.
Yeah,
And
sure was. Because y'all, I did not want to be caught. I did not want to have that conversation that I was messing yet again with somebody that really wasn't ish.
Wasn't good for her.
He wasn't good for me, but at the time I wasn't looking for nobody that was good for me. I was looking for
But no, we
pipe.
had this conversation because you were like, I'm done with him, it's over,
Yeah.
blah, 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 I'm not messing with him, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, good, like, you don't need him in your life.
Lying like crap.
Lying through her teeth.
I don't know if at that point I was lying, because I probably believed it at the time, and then I was like,
well, yeah, no, I truly believed you believed it at the time, but then when...
And then the opportunity presented itself.
Yeah, then...
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyways, I have her phone, and I'm going through the messages, and then she runs from her closet to the doorway, and then jumps on me. And so then I'm just like looking for her. She's like, give me my phone. And I'm like, no. And I think she punched me. Yeah. I think you punched me.
I may have.
And so she punched me, and then I elbowed her, and then...
That's when is that when we started tussling?
Yes, we fell on the ground and started literally like fighting.
Yeah, we were fighting. And it got so bad. My roommate, bless her poor little heart, she is so sweet.
So sweet.
And we was tussling, and she was like, do I need to call someone? And we were all like, no. That's what I love my roommate, but she didn't really know when to just let something go down.
Yeah, like,
sometimes you just gotta let things play out.
Mind your business.
Yeah, and that was definitely one of those times. Yeah. Because we're still best friends.
Right.
We just fighting.
Like on the ground. Literally.
We're having a moment.
Like literally, Zoe still has her bra on. So
yeah.
I'm getting hit by boobies right now. And then like I'm just elbowing her. Yep. I still got her phone and she's still trying to reach it. I'm just like,
yep. And she's still going through it. Because it was while we were fighting that she sees the guy's real name.
Yep.
And she's like, she says his real name, but she's like, JR? And I was like, oh hell, might as well get up off the floor now. Cause I'm caught. She knows.
Yep, found out.
And I wasn't gonna lie. Cause how you gonna lie? At that point, I was lied out.
It literally had his name.
Yeah, the truth was played out. I don't remember that because I know his number was saved as JR, but I had probably, we was probably texting on some sneaky stuff.
No, because it was still under his name. Mm-hmm. It was weird.
It was JR.
It was JR, but it was weird because the messages came out green. But when you scroll to the top, you can see like the previous messages, and I think you like said his name in one of the text messages. It was something like that.
Yeah, so his name was in the text message, and I was caught, so we got up off the floor. And then that's when our physical fight just turned to yelling.
Yeah.
She was so mad. Gabby chewed me the hell out. I was so pissed.
She was mad. She was like, Gabby, you really hurt my feelings.
My feelings were hurt. I think you were mad and I was hurt.
Yeah,
She gave it to me straight.
I don't know what I said. I said something like, "This is how you want to ruin
you
your
basically
life."
called me. Yep. Say what you said again, because I was talking over you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, "Is this how you want to ruin your life? Go ahead." But you can do so much better. And I don't know what else I said.
She basically called me a dirty whore slut. That's what it felt like.
Did not call you.
It felt like she was like, "You worthless whore. Go on ahead, sell yourself." And what was I going to do? Sell myself. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. My feelings was hurt.
But yeah, no, I'm just like, you're doing so much better. Like literally, Zoe was on this like celibacy journey. She was finding the Lord. She was on the right path. Like
I knew the Lord. I was just reconnecting.
Okay, yes. But either way, like, you can tell she was growing. Like, it was a different glow to her. And then, like, you're messing with this bum.
Yeah.
Who's bringing you down back to...
And that's the thing, I will reiterate. It was mad confusing because yes, was he worth his salt at that point? No. We had a genuine connection. So I was like, well, we not just having sex, we also talking. So I'm not just hanging out with a friend. I know I wasn't.
But yeah.
That's how you lie to yourself, people. I can lie to myself real well, and I was lying to myself. So yeah, so then Gabby treated me out, and I said my feelings was hurt, and she stormed out. No, I said my feelings hurt, and she's like, I don't care.
I was like, I don't care.
I was like, that's rude. But yeah, she said I don't care, and then she
I
left. Yeah, she just left, and I was standing in my room with my pants on and a bra on, askew, just. I always slip up and say people's names, and my roommate was looking at me like, now she acting like she can't hear.
I know, right? But then she was saying something like, are you guys okay? And then I ignored her. I heard it, but I just ignored her because I was just looking at Zoe in disgust.
Yeah.
And then Zoe was just like, we're fine. This is how sisters fight.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I was like, just stab it.
Right. I'm just ignored.
Yeah.
I'm pissed right now.
Yeah, she was really mad at me. And then she left.
I don't think I talked to you for good.
It was a couple days.
Yeah.
It
Almost
was
a week, probably.
It was probably almost a week, yeah.
Yeah.
And I still went.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just still went. I did still go. And that's why when I got down the car, oh!
JR?
Yeah, JR. Did I tell you? God, I hate my ass up. Wait, stop. Did I tell you, like, when I got down in the car, I told JR, and he was like, that you went off on me.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if I told him it was because it was him or because I was, like, out in these streets again. And he was like, well, how does she know what you're doing? I was like, because she's not stupid. Like, why else would I be leaving the house
so
at 10 o'clock at night?
Stupid.
And the thing is,
what are you doing?
This is stupid. It's so idiotic. It was a dumb question.
Answer.
And I was like,
Her question.
and he was like, you want to talk about it? I was like, nah. Honestly, I think I was like, nah, I just want to have sex. He was like, okay. So that is the time that me and Gabby got into a fist fight. It was because I wasn't ruining my life. Ooh, actually, I think that might have been the time that ooh. I keep doing that. JR. That might be the time that JR actually other story time. So that's what we gotta do to close this video. The lessons I learned from this set. One, it's pretty much impossible to lie to your soulmate.
Very much so.
This help was my soulmate. I love her to death.
That is my biggest pet peeve, though.
Oh,
and that's how I knew. I was like, this help a lying.
I'm a terrible liar too.
But yes, don't lie to your soulmate.
Yeah, don't lie to your soulmate. It's never gonna work. And you're always gonna have to come clean. So it's better to just come clean and not end up in a fist fight because you're so busy trying to keep your lie. Because we were fighting because I didn't want her to see who I was going with. I didn't want her to see that I was linking with JR. Again, she would have been upset with me.
Yeah.
But we were fighting because I was lying.
Yes. Wow.
You ain't gotta agree so hard.
I didn't realize that until you said it, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why we fight. That's one life lesson. I think another life lesson in this, honestly, is to keep people in your circle that are gonna hold you accountable, even if it means fighting you like a nigga in the street. Because Gabby was fighting me like a nigga in the street. Like,
because I was already pissed.
we weren't friends at that point. Like, Gabby, I mean, we were friends, which is why we were fighting.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like you fight people.
I don't, but you pissed me off. And then when you punched me, I was like, oh, this has a really bad And I was just like,
Oh, I'm gonna fall.
yeah. Oh, man. Memories.
So yeah, keep people in your circle that are gonna hold you accountable to, and not just accountable to like random stuff, but accountable to the person that they know that you can be, not the person that you were like showing yourself